Hey guys, it's Alex coming at you from Southern California. Just wanted to hop on, had a few minutes, wanted to respond to this thread that James over at his channel name is Rufus. Fantastic channel. Definitely subscribe to him. It's RUFUS, Rufus, and his name is James. If you're subscribed to my channel, I'm sure you're already aware of him, but anyway, he started a thread, non-American jazz. Dave of Local Bandography and Chris Kibler have joined in, and I wanted to make a video as well. It was interesting pulling records for this. Pretty humbling, really. You realize, how much, or really how little of your collection, of my collection, was really non-American jazz, even though I'm aware of many of the artists. I don't actually own a lot of the records. Obviously, many of them are very hard to find here in the US. But the ones that I do have, I enjoy quite a bit. So anyway, I'll get on with it. So I got 10 records here, non-American jazz. This one that I got recently in the mail, David DeFries. He's a trumpet player from the UK, from London, I believe. It's called the Secret City. So if you can hear what's playing, it's only a Miles influence to his trumpet playing, but he's got an amazing backing band that plays, non-traditional or non-Western instruments, including Chinese gongs, Egyptian pipes, water percussion, Kenyan goat bells, Burmese gongs. So it's a real awesome melding of world influences, again with that beautiful Miles-like tone that he has. I know he played on a couple other records that I have, but this is the first one that I have with him as a leader. I assume that Chris Cole maybe showed this one or something. Things show up on my want list sometimes, and most of the time it's Chris influence. But yeah, definitely check that one out. Again, very hard to find in the US, but not an expensive record. If when you do find it, recommend that one. Another one, probably, I'm sure it's been shown on the BC, Luis Bonfa, the Brazilian guitar player. There's a really nice white label promo copy. There's Luis there. So, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this one, but if you don't, yeah, just an amazing record with his Brazilian guitar. He's on the Ramwood label, and again, this is like this white label promo. Neat. So yeah, Bonfa played with all the Brazilian greats, like Joe Beam and a lot of these guys. American players on this one are featured. Stanley Clark on electric bass, Idris Muhammad on drums, but also you got Airto on percussion, and you have Ray Barretto on conga. So it's a bigger ensemble, lots of percussion. The title track, Jacaranda, is also super funky. So yeah, a nice melding of the Brazilian sound with some funky elements, and yeah, great one. I know Derek is a huge fan of this one. Wolfgang Downer, German piano player. It's an original German pressing on his Saba label. Yeah, really great record. Definitely, there's the label there. Definitely avant-garde for sure. And of course, Downer, a very adventurous player himself, but fairly accessible in a way. You have a very interesting performance from Jean-Luc Ponty on violin, who really adds a nice layer. And you know, you got Eberhard Weber on cello, and Manny Neumeyer on drums and tabla, which really again brings some really nice elements. That I forget which piece he plays the tabla on. Pretty sure it's on the first side, but yeah, that's a really fantastic track. Wolfgang Dauner. This is from I think like 1970 or something like that. Great one. This one I showed before. I picked up at Record Wonderland in the Chicago area. It's Terasuma Hino, Japanese trumpet player. This is from like '69, and yeah, very much a Miles influenced electric jazz feel to this one. Not derivative, but very nice record. Check it out. Fantastic cover also. Had to show this one, and I'm sure I've shown it before on the ESP label. It's a really pristine copy of this record. One of the tougher ones to find on the ESP label. It's called The Machine, and the leader here is Neldy Elstack, who is a Dutch piano and trumpet player. I believe that's in here. Yeah, here. Very interesting. It has a fair amount of vocals as well. We got Sophie von Leer picture there on some vocals. There's some of the lyrics here. It's basically like spoken poetry stuff. So yeah, very nice avant-garde record with you know, some nice percussion from another Dutch drummer, Martin van Duinhoven, and then another player, Martin van Retgen Alinta on bass. So yeah, very nice European jazz record there. Another great European record here from Italy this time, Chantazo's Ictus. So these are all original compositions by the Italian percussionist Andrea Chantazo, here with Armando Battiston on keyboards, and then Franco Ferruglio on double bass and Fender bass. I'm sure I've shown this one before. I know it's been reissued as well, but another really fairly accessible but at the same time very exploratory European jazz record. This one on the Italian PDU label. This one, I think James Buttery showed this one a long time ago. Jazz Svenska. This is Jan Johansson, and basically these are Swedish folk songs translated into a jazz setting. The piano playing is wonderful here from Johansson, and then we have a bass player, Gregor Riedel. You know, I found this in the wild when I've never seen this before. I remember that cover, and that when I found it, it was super cheap, and I couldn't believe it. You know, I thought it was like a super rare record, but it's actually not a rare record, at least in Europe. It's been repressed many times, and so yeah, definitely wanted to check out. Affordable, beautiful playing, extremely accessible. I mean, something you can play at any time, you know, with background music or as a deep listen. What do we got here? We go to France here with there's a sort of a Quarantine edition. It took quite a while to arrive from France, but this is Michel Roquet with the chorus. Roquet is a flute player. So we got Roquet on sax and flute. We have J.C. Capon on violoncelle, which I assume is a viola as opposed to a violin. And then you got Amansecchi on percussion and drums, a Caratini on bass, and a Touré doing some vocals. So yeah, beautiful flute jazz from the 70s. Just very subtle. The playing is beautiful. The bass playing is really nice as well. Definitely a little bit more on the fusion side, as opposed to more straight jazz. But yeah. All right, something glitched there. Yeah. I'm recording on a new phone, so I'm sorry about that. Next record here, I had to show some Dollar Brand here from South Africa. Maybe my favorite, at least of the ones that I've heard from Dollar Brand. I know he's quite prolific. Yeah, and I think James, I forget which one he showed from South Africa, but he spoke about that celebratory sound that you get on a lot of South African records, and so many of the few ones that I have, whether it's Dollar Brand or Hugh Masekela. It's such a recognizable sound, much like that Brazilian sound that's so easily recognizable immediately. I think Dollar Brand's music has that immediate flavor to it. I haven't played this recently, but I definitely need to spin this again. This one features Enrico Rava on trumpet, some African players, Kiandi Zawadi on, I believe, tuba. I don't know if it's tuba or trombone. And then we got some American players, Cecil Bridgewater, we got Cecil McBee, Roy Brooks, Hamid Blue, Carlos Ward. But yeah, classic South African jazz there. And then another one that I got fairly recently, and this is from Spain. So this is Jordi Sabates. This is Ocels Mes Inla. I butchered that. Pretty sure that's in the Catalan, not Spanish, obviously. So pronunciation can be a little bit challenging. Really cool label on this one, little elf on the moon. This is definitely on the jazz rock tip. Sabates plays the piano, the Moog, electric piano. We have some wonderful vocals from Erica Mornimar. Very much, her vocals are very much sort of in a Brazilian tone, I would say. I believe his brother's on this on guitar, Ricardo Sabates, and we have a flamenco guitarist, Todi Soler. Pretty sure I'm familiar with him from other records. We got drums, and then electric bass, and a percussion player. This is from 1975. Really nice record. Again, mixing, has a lot of the Latin flavors that you would expect from a Spanish record, but also some sort of South American vibe from the vocals, and of course that six string Spanish guitar that really kind of elevates this record, and makes it you know, a distinctively, you know, Spanish jazz rock fusion record. Really nice one, not super expensive, but again, like all these other records, just difficult to track down in the US. So anyway, yeah, subscribe to James's channel. I'll try to leave a link. I always say that I'm going to leave a link and I never do it, but I will go out of my way to do it here. Hope everybody is well, and glad to be back on, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.